Welcome to Live with Impact. I'm Angela Brown, and I'm here today with Omuugn, and we are discussing the topic of consistency. We are reading from the Insights and Wisdom of Omuugn. And if you have not taken a chance already, this is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and pick up a copy of it. This is volume one of volume two. So please help me welcome Omuugn. Hey, Omuugn, how are you today?
Hey, I'm really fine. How are you?
I'm very good. One of the things that you consistently did when I was a child, and you've done it all the way through to now, you have believed in self sustainability. You have grown your own food and you've had your own orchards and your own animals. And there's a part of you that said, I can do my part to grow healthy food and then to provide that for my family. So tell me about the consistency of that, because that's not just something that's a trend, but you said this is a belief that I have.
We did have kind of a unique family in that we had 19 children, and we had to do a lot of canning and a lot of producing our own things just to touch all of the bases. One of the things that we learned early on was quality is important. Quality is one of those things that manifests in the things that we buy, the things that we produce, the things that we eat. When we eat food, we want it to be quality food. And we learned that producing our own food, we could control the quality. If you're continually learning, then you need to continually integrate what you're learning into your lifestyle. And you need to do that consistently so that you're always developing and getting better at what you're doing. As I think back, it's pretty amazing that there were only 2 or 3 times that I ever remember taking a child to the hospital. We were basically a pretty healthy bunch. We should put pressure on those people that are responsible for producing the food that we're eating that isn't as healthy as it could be. We use things to disinfect our water because of the way we treat and handle our water.
When you talk about water, we live in an era that is getting worse and worse. So it's no wonder that people just keep adding things to our water systems because we're recycling the water that we use. The world is not the way it used to be. When we grew up, we did eat organic food. And like you said, we weren't sick growing up. Kids today, just an average kid, goes to the doctor for different viruses and infections and sicknesses and allergies. I didn't even hear about allergies till I moved away from home. I don't watch much TV because we pretty much grew up without one. But I was watching TV the other night, and in a 1 hour program, there were different ads for medications that I'd never heard of for diseases I never knew existed. But the world that we live in right now has become so polluted and so complicated that when you talk about consistency of awareness, of having a healthier way to live and choosing a healthier way to live, I think that is so impactful because many of us are just drifting aimlessly through our lives. I love the fact that we're having this conversation because you're absolutely right. Sickness is at an all-time high right now.
You can expand that in not only on the personal level, but on the industrial level, on the community level. Sometimes as communities, the way we operate our landfills and the things that we allow, we don't take care of our landfills. We allow companies to pollute waterways, to pollute the environment. Several instances have come about this year where in transporting radioactive things and dangerous chemicals, there have been some mishaps. We don't put enough time into analyzing our systems and how we do things. We need to be consistent in keeping everything natural and pure. I think the average adult now is on 6 medications,
Mm,
and some of those medications are for the symptoms of other medications.
mhm.
It's just a kind of a cycle that we don't want to encourage. We need to be cognizant of what goes into our bodies. We need to be as close to holistic and health producing things as we can be in all of our systems.
Thank you so much for joining us today. One of the strongest messages that we've heard yet so far on the Live with Impact channel, which is about consistency and the choices that we make, and how if we actually make those choices and we follow them consistently, that our future is within reach. It is something we do have control over, and it's something we can attain based on the consistent behaviors repeated over time. I thank you for joining us today. We meet every single week so that we can unpack with Omuugn himself the different elements that will help us become the best versions of ourselves. Until next time, have a great week and live a life with passion.
Thank you. It's been fun.